What's going on, everyone? My name is Oki and I got a tip for your Tuesday. Welcome back to Tipsy Tuesdays. Today we're going to be talking about muddiness in your track. Now, muddiness is a buildup of frequencies, usually in the low-mid range of your track, but technically could happen anywhere, where you have a frequency buildup that creates a loss of clarity. We don't usually want this in our track because we spend a lot of time picking and choosing the sounds that we use, and we want to make sure that everything pops out very cleanly, or very clearly I should say. And utilizing this trick, we could quickly and effectively create clarity in our track, give space for the low end, which is really important, at least for the genres of music that I'm making, beats, bass music, EDM, but also can give a lot of space for the high end to pop and shine and tickle your ear just the right way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit up the master on the track and take an EQ. Now this can work in every single DAW, Ableton, Logic Pro, FL Studios, Reason, whatever you got. If you have an EQ, you can pretty much do this. So we're just gonna go and grab the stock EQ plugin here, and I'll play a little bit of the track for you. I'm really hyped about this track. Obviously it's not finished, but I'm just using it as an example to kind of show how I would clear up a little bit of the muddiness in my track. So all I'm gonna do is pick a little point on my EQ and solo it. For Ableton, the EQ8, all you have to do is click on this little headphone symbol right over here. I'm sure there's multiple ways to do it on other EQs, so just figure that out and kind of follow along with me afterwards. So we're just going to loop this little section here, which is basically, I guess you could call it the drop, and play it through. And what I'm going to be doing is adjusting the Q to make it a little thinner and sweeping through the 200 to 400 range over here, which could be classified as the low mid range of your track. And I'm looking for sounds that kind of sound like whales in the bottom of the ocean. You'll know when you feel it because you can kind of just, it doesn't really sound super savory to you. The best way is really just to show you. So we're just going to sweep through this section over here and find our muddiness range. Alright, so I managed to find something in the basically 200 hertz range. That's kind of where maybe the lower mid-range of my kick, the tail end of my bass, and the bottom end of the synth that I'm using are all intermingling. And I think that there's a buildup of frequency over there. So all I'm going to do to test this out is kind of stay on that point, drag the gain down a little bit. I'm thinking 3 decibels is usually enough of a dip to take care of that. And we're going to make sure to A/B test to make sure that we've actually created clarity in our track and we didn't take something away from it. That's really, really important. So immediately what I can tell from my studio monitors is that the kick is more prominent in the low end, and we're not getting this kind of resonance that happens when the kick hits while the bass is playing, which almost just creates like a bass boost, but you don't necessarily want that in that specific region of your track because it's more resonancy. It just sounds like the high end or the tail end of the bass is popping out and kind of just muddying up that range there. So for my purposes, it seemed like 198 hertz was the right area to just do a dip. I kind of ended up taking a little bit more frequency than 3, which is okay. And the big benefit of doing something like this is that you can actually then boost some of the mid-range that you like by about 3 decibels. So it gives you a little bit of headroom to kind of boost a couple of frequencies that you do enjoy. So whether it be the mid-range or a little bit of the high end, you're kind of free to do that. And yeah, hopefully you found this helpful. If you have any questions, just leave us a comment down below. I'm going to try and be doing this every single Tuesday, so hopefully you stay tuned and hopefully you manage to learn something. One thing to note is don't cut too much stuff because you can really take away from your track. I think I'm just going to do minus 3.5. Yeah, you can really take away from the structure of your track, so it's always important to A/B test all of your cuts and your boosts to make sure that you're actually increasing the quality of your sound and you're not just doing it because someone like me told you to do it. Anyways, thank you so much. My name is Oki. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and peace out.